Hello there. 10 ways to get your prospects to love you and to love your marketing. That's my plan. That's my objective for today. I'm going to give it a shot, right? 10 ways to get prospects to love your marketing. Big challenge, right? Big challenge, especially in this day and age when there's so much skepticism online. There's a lot of bad news online. There's lots of big ticket businesses being closed down recently. All these things are going on. So it means people's levels of suspicion are getting higher and higher and higher. So I've got a bit of a challenge, right? How am I going to get you to understand and implement how to get your prospects to love your marketing? Wait a minute there. Billy Hart, thank you for joining. Good to see you, mate. My name is Peter Beckett. I'm the village marketer. And as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I want to dismiss a couple of myths, right? Now, you may not agree with this, but I'm making this live video, not you, so put up with me, all right? First of all, everyone tells you, and I'm hearing and I've heard it over and over and over again, that it takes time to build relationships, that you're in it for the long haul. In other words, you're in for a long engagement with your prospect. You need to maybe have 7 touch points or 10 touch points or 15 or 20 touch points before the prospect will get to understand and appreciate you and trust you enough to share some information with you. Okay? Andrew, thank you for joining, mate. Good to see you. Okay? I mean, what a load of rubbish. Truly, what a load of rubbish. I mean, it's like that hackneyed other bit of stuff you hear where you've got to follow up 7 times or 17 times or 27 times or whatever it is in order to because the money's in the follow-up, right? I mean, truly, if you're following up somebody 17 times, I mean, you're a real pain in the ass to them. There's no doubt about that. I mean, what's happened is your initial proposal and presentation obviously wasn't that good. Otherwise, they would have reacted earlier and be continually following up with them. All you're doing is begging. You're begging for business. Why in the heck would you want to do that? Lynette Chang, thank you for joining. Good to see you. So if you want your prospects to love your marketing, don't be like a panting dog chasing after people. Don't do that, right? Here are some things. Here's 10 of them, okay? I think you should have a crack at these. The first one, all part of the romantic part of prospecting, right? Play hard to get. Play hard to get. That's the first one. In other words, do not try and be all things to all people. You cater to a specific client base only. Leave the rest. Okay? If you are trying to be everything to everybody, you'll end up being nothing to everybody. Okay? Don't do that. Cater to a specific client base. Okay? That's all. That's who you should be focusing on. Know who your target audience is. Really know who it is. What makes them think. Get inside their head. Find out what's stirring them up. Find out what's making them lose sleep at night time. Carol Kerr, thank you for joining. Find out those things and know them. Okay? And then simply focus on them. Everybody else that comes across your horizon, play hard to get. They're not in your barrel. They're not part of your prospecting target base, right? Number 2, surprise them. Surprise them and surprise them with transparency. I mean, if you can truly shock people and they will be shocked if you are completely transparent and open with them. I mean, for example, you could say to them, I mean, here's an example, okay? You could say, look, let me just stop here for a moment. Let's say you've just met each other, right? You're a brand new prospect. Let me just stop here for a moment. Maybe I'm looking at you and maybe you're thinking, what's this guy trying to sell me, okay? I can understand you thinking that way. I would think exactly the same way. Let me put that particular thing to bed. I am not trying to sell you anything. In fact, I'm not even sure whether you would qualify for whatever I have to offer. The purpose of my being here with you is to help you qualify and clarify what you may need. And if it happens to fit in the opportunities I've got, I will tell you. If it's not, I will also tell you. Okay? That's really what it's all about. That's how you should surprise people. That's how you should be transparent. Or another thing you could do is this. They could say to you, Peter, I'm not sure whether I really need what you want, or I'm not sure. Tell me how much it's going to cost before you go any further. To answer that question, I simply say, look, and this, you don't play games with people. This is not a scripting business. This is the total truth, all right? You just simply say, let's pick someone here. Let's say, Dennis, Andrew, good to see you, mate. Dennis, you're asking me how much it's going to cost. How in the heck would I know? I have no idea. I don't know what you need, okay? I truly don't know whether you've got any challenges and pain points. My opportunity here with you is the courtesy of listening to what you have to say. And if I can solve a particular issue you've got, I will tell you. If I can't, I will also tell you. It'll cost you nothing to find out. All I'm asking you is a few minutes of your time to see whether, in fact, I can solve something that may be bothering you. Just surprise them with your transparency, with your openness, and with your brutal honesty, okay? Number 3, okay? Engage them, okay? Let your personality shine through, even if you're the most introverted person in the world. Let's say you are shy. You are shy. Tell them. And if you're finding it difficult because of your shyness, why not try this? Simply say, look, I am pretty shy, okay? And this is not easy for me to talk with you. But please don't confuse my shyness with my expertise, because I can assure you from the experiences I've had, I can truly help you. So if you let me work with you in this conversation and accept my shyness, maybe I can come to something that you could find extremely valuable. How do you feel about that? All right? Or you could say something on the lines of, look, I am brand spanking new. Friends, for some of you, this is true. I am brand spanking new. I don't have all the answers. I truly don't have all the answers. But what I'm here for is to identify what your real needs are and let me, with the contacts I have, and I've got a great mentor or a great coach or a great line manager or whatever you have, right? Let me work with them to come back to you with the best solution we can, and then you can decide whether it's valuable. So in other words, engage them, again being honest and again being transparent. Number 4, woo them. Okay, woo them by being a thought leader. If you're, and by the way, to be a thought leader, that's someone who's got credibility and some position and some trust before you even meet with the new prospect. I mean, why do you think the reason I do these Facebook Lives? Exactly for that purpose, okay? So people who watch it have an idea that this guy in Thailand, he seems to know what he's talking about, right? So that gives me a little bit of credibility. So when people reach out and talk to me, which they do, they know they're talking to someone who's got a bit of an idea about what's going on in the world, all right? Number 5, move them, okay? Move them. Your goal, be quite frank with you, with your prospects and your potential customers, right, is to move them. But remember, this moving down the buyer process is an emotional thing, right? Not logical. It's an emotional thing. So to do that, you've got to keep a focus of your conversation on your prospect, okay? And let them come to a conclusion about you and your offer. That's how you do it, right? Let them make the decision. Don't you try and convince them. Don't you try and convert them. You be open, you be transparent. Take them through, clarify what their situation is, share with them some opportunities and some options to solve that problem, and let them come to a decision. That will move them. That will give them the emotional decisions to make. And to be quite frank with you, when they do that, they'll feel much better about the entire process, and there's a much higher chance of them becoming a client of yours anyway. So remember, decision-making is an emotional process. It ain't based on logic. It's emotion, okay? Number 6, impress them, okay? This is probably the most important one of all. This is what I'd like you to do. With every call you make with a prospect, whether you call it a sales call or a discovery call or whatever you want to call it, with every call you make, whether it's face-to-face or on the telephone, Go into that call with the intention of exceeding their wildest expectations. That's what you should be doing. That's how you impress people, with the intention of giving them the very best experience they've ever had in terms of dealing with somebody that may help solve whatever problem they've got. Now, let me help you one more thing here. Many people run around the marketplace, right, chasing the wrong darn prospects. What I suggest you do is look for people who know they've got a challenge right now and they're looking for a solution, rather than look for people to try and convince them that they may have a problem. That's a tough process, right? There are enough people online right now with problems looking for a solution. Focus on them. Focus on them. Don't make it hard for yourself, all right? Number 7, respond to them, okay? What I mean by this is answer all questions directly. And this includes sharing the limits of what you can and cannot do, both as an advisor or a coach or as a business opportunity or whatever you've got, right? Share both what you can and what you cannot do. Be, again, transparent, be honest, and share with them this is what it's all about, okay? This is all part of getting your prospects to love your marketing, because they will respect you, they will love you, and they will trust you. And if that happens, wow, you're in a pretty damn powerful situation, right? Number 8, protect them. Pretty obvious, this one. When you're dealing with prospective customers, they may share with you some information, including their contact details and all their private particular issues. You need to make sure they understand and appreciate and believe that the information they give you is safe with you. This is more important than ever these days, because there is so much scam and rubbish online, okay? And of course, you know people won't share with you unless they start to trust you anyway. But do not let that trust come under any wavering screens, okay? Make sure you tell them up front that the information is safe with you, and you guarantee that information is safe with you. Put your ass on the line in terms of guaranteeing them that. Do that for yourself, okay? Number 9, reward them. Reward them with gifts. Now, I don't mean go down to the local store and buy all sorts of cards, etc. You can do that if you want, birthday cards, etc. The gifts I'm talking about are the gifts of empathy, the gifts of listening, the gifts of realism, and the gifts of understanding. These are huge gifts. If you share those gifts with every prospect, as I mentioned before, you will not only impress them because of your intentions to exceed every expectation they've got, but you will also be rewarding them for sharing their time with you, okay? Number 10, thank them. Pretty simple, right? Thank them, thank them, thank them, whatever. If they've opted into your mailing list, thank them. If they've spent time with you in a presentation you've done, thank them. Whatever it is, thank them. This is pretty obvious. It's common sense, but that's true. There's 10, all right? Thank them for everything, okay? What I'm suggesting you do is this. Always look to add some passion into your marketing, to make it more enjoyable, to make it more satisfying, and to make it more profitable. Look for ways to do this. If you're not sure how to do this because you're tied down in some sort of scripts or some sort of network marketing, product bashing stuff, or you're in a high ticket business, all of a sudden they close their doors and you're lost, you don't know what to do with yourself, reach out to me. Reach out to me and I can share some things with you. This is my call to action. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the solutions, but I sure know after 35 years in selling in particular that is completely stress-free, I know how to get people to relate and connect with you, okay? My call to action is to send me a personal message if you're watching this on Facebook or on whether it's live or replay. If it's on YouTube, leave me a comment. Send me a personal message and request time to have a chat with me. That's all I'm asking you to do. Cost you nothing. There's no strings attached. And I will talk to you about how to create pleasurable, passionate, and profitable sales conversations. That's my promise to you. I can do that for you, because I do it every single day. That's something that is missing in many people's toolkit right now. They're too busy trying to sell, and they're trying to do it by saying, I'll serve you, I serve you, I serve you, but really they're not serving at all. They're still trying to think of a way how to close this sale. That's the problem. Thanks for sharing your time. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you, Michael. Thank you, Jennifer and Carol, everybody. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope you found some benefit with that. If you did, leave me a comment, leave me a like. I always respond, and I look forward to sharing more thoughts with you in the very near future. Best wishes from Thailand. Bye for now.